Hi, welcome. My name is Gary Nassif, and welcome to my home and my art gallery in Las Vegas. It's a pleasure to have you here. Thanks for dropping in. I want to tell you about a wonderful miracle that happened to me, and I say miracle because I never dreamed it, I never expected it, I never thought I was good enough. But I have a wonderful friend who was the queen of the piano of Las Vegas, the great and wonderful Mafalda. And she looked like Elizabeth Taylor and she played like Liberace. And she's played every major hotel in the Strip for 40 years. And I met her when I was 17 and I just fell in love with her. And in later years, she found out that I was singing in Hollywood. And she said, Gary, if you're singing in Hollywood, then you should come over to my house and I'll play for you and you sing for me. I want to hear you. I said, wonderful, I'm honored. So I went over to her house and she had a concert grand piano, which was owned by Stravinsky. And it was just a wonderful experience. I sang 2 songs for her, and she said, wow. She said, I'm performing with my band at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, and I want to feature you for one night only in the casino. 2,000 people will hear you, and I would just love to have you and play for you. So that was a big thing for me. She said, all I want you to do is go back to Hollywood and get ready. Get your voice really tip-top. I said, okay. So I did, and I came back about 6 weeks later, and we went through the music. I sang for her in her home, and she said, you are ready. I said, oh, thank you. So, to be in Las Vegas at the MGM Grand on a Saturday night with 2,000 people hearing only my voice with the band, that was a dream that I never had, but it was going to happen. And I had a very wonderful friend who was a marvelous movie star and friend. His name was Don DeFore. And Don and his wife Marion flew most of their family over to see me at the MGM, and it was a glorious, glorious time for me. Well, that one night only turned into 2 years at the MGM Grand, just on the weekends. So I traveled from from Hollywood to Las Vegas every weekend, and it was so wonderful. But anyway, my story is leading on to a man by the name of Frank Laspina, a pianist and a music teacher and a marvelous friend. And he invited me to come on his television show here in Las Vegas and sing for children who could not afford music lessons. And so I said, of course, and he invited Mafalda too. So I went there, and he said, I want to introduce you to the pianist. And he introduced me to a man by the name of Vincent Falcon. And Vincent, I did not know who he was. All I knew was when I sang with him, I felt like a big star because he was so marvelous. And so I sang with him every week for, many weeks. And I finally went over to Frank Laspina and I said, Frank, who is this pianist? He is magnificent. He said, don't you know? I said, no, I don't know. He said, he was pianist conductor for Frank Sinatra for over 10 years around the world. And he's, you couldn't be any better, you couldn't be with anyone better than that. I said, that's for sure. So Vincent and I he told me, he said, Gary, the best thing you've got going for yourself as a singer is your heart, because you can hear your heart through the lyrics. And so we worked together in Las Vegas at all venues, radio, television, everything, stage, for 8 years. And then unfortunately for the world and for me, he flew off to heaven, and I miss him terribly. But the next part of my story is very, very wonderful. So Vincent and I were asked to sing and play at the South Point Hotel here in Las Vegas on the Strip. And it all came about not from me, but because Vincent was who he was, a fabulous pianist, but the initial engagement happened through my priest, and my priest is Father Nadim from St. Charbel Catholic Church here in Las Vegas. And he went to the owner of the South Point Hotel, told the owner about me and about Vincent, and the owner said, let's book him, let's book them. So we got the booking there, and it was a wonderful, wonderful time. I worked with some of the world-class musicians that Vincent got me to perform with, and it was a glorious night, and the prophets went to the church, and Vincent was marvelous, and I featured the great Mafalda. She played a little bit on stage, and everyone fell in love with her, as they always do. So, you know, my friend Jane told me, she said, no man is an island. And now I understand what that means. I needed these people. I couldn't do all this by myself. So remember, you have friends too that can help you. Let them. Thank you for listening. It's a pleasure, and I hope I can sing for you. I want to sing for you because my heart is full of sentiment and the great lyrics of Gershwin and Cole Porter and Sammy Cahn and Jewel Stein, and oh wow, my favorite singer of all time is Doris Day, coupled with Judy Garland, those two. And I'm very grateful to their artistry and their tremendous talents. Thank you for listening. It's a pleasure to meet you. Please, if you're in Las Vegas, come and see my gallery. We'll sit and we'll have a glass of champagne or a soft drink, whatever you want. It's a pleasure. Thank you so much, and have a beautiful time.